Morning, folks. You're welcome here. Not going out for 3 weeks, so that'll be interesting. You'll need all the stories now, so you'll. So, fortunately, Milk Part 2, we left it where Dad was in the shop, or he went to the shop. We didn't know if he was in the shop or not, and we were waiting to see what was going to happen next. He's drawn a cartoon for this bit. So can you see that okay? Yeah. So our man, he does a bit of reading, does a bit of drawing, does a bit of sitting, gets his feet up. It looks like he plays a bit with his dinosaur as well. Puts his feet on things. He's clearly there's no parents in the house. And now we're back to the text. How long has he been? Asked my sister. Ages, I said. I thought so, said my little sister. We drank orange juice. My sister practiced her violin. I suggested that she stop playing her violin, and she did. My sister made faces at me. How long's it been now? She asked. Ages and ages, I told her. What happens if he never comes back? She asked. I suppose we eat pickles, I said. You can't eat pickles for breakfast, said my sister. I don't like pickles at any time. What if something awful has happened to him? Mum would blame us. I expect he just ran into one of his friends at the corner shop, I said, and they got talking and he lost track of time. I ate a dry toastio as an experiment. It was sort of okay, but not as good as in milk. There was a thump and a bang at the front door. My father came in. Where have you been all this time? Asked my sister. She got a bit west of Scotland there. Ah, said my father. Yes, well, funny you should ask me that. You ran into someone you knew, I said, and you lost track of time. I bought the milk, said my father, and I did indeed say a brief hello to Mr. Ronson from over the road who was buying a paper. I walked out the corner shop and I heard something odd that seemed to be coming from above me. It was a noise like thump, thump. I looked up and saw a huge silver disc hovering in the air above Marshall Road. Can you see that? What do you think it is? It looks a bit more than a silver disc. Hello, I said to myself. That's not something you see every day. And then something odd happened. That wasn't odd, I asked. Well, something odder, said my dad. The odd thing was the beam of light that came out of the disc, a glittery, shimmery beam of light that was visible even in the daylight. And the next thing I knew, I was being sucked up into the disc. Fortunately, I had put the milk into my coat pocket. The deck of the disc was metal. It was a big... It's not that sense I get. It was as big as a playing field, or bigger. We have come to your planet from a world very far away, said the people in the disc. There's Dad getting beamed up. I call them people, but they were a bit green and rather globby, and they looked very grumpy indeed. Now, as a representative of your species, we demand that you give us ownership of the whole planet. We're going to remodel it. I jolly well won't, I said. Look at these guys. They look a bit grumpy and a bit green and gloppy. Though it is in black and white. So we're trusting Neil Gaiman when he says they're green. Then one of them said, we will bring all your enemies here and get them to make you miserable until you agree to sign the planet over to us. I was going to point out to them that I didn't have any enemies when I noticed a large metal door with emergency exit. Do not open for any reason. This means you. On it. I opened the door. Don't do that, said a green globby person. You'll let the space-time continuum. But it was too late. I had already pushed open the door. I jumped. I was falling. Oh, I was falling. Fortunately, I'd kept tight hold of the milk, so when I splashed into the sea, I didn't lose it. What was that? Said a woman's voice. A big fish? A mermaid? Or was I a spy? I wanted to say that I wasn't any of those things, but my mouth was full of seawater. I felt myself being hauled up onto the deck of a little ship. There were a number of men and women on the deck, and they all looked very cross. I do believe, peeps, that we have some pirates here. Who be ye, landlubber? Asked the woman, who had a big hat on her head and a parrot on her shoulder. He's a spy. A walrus in a coat. A new kind of mermaid with legs, said the men. What are you doing here? Asked the woman. Well, I said, I'd just been to the corner shop for some milk for my children's breakfast and for my tea, and the next thing I knew, he's lying, your majesty. She pulled out her cutlass. You dare lie to the queen of the pirates. Fortunately, I'd kept tight hold of the milk, and now I pointed to it. If I did not go to the corner shop to fetch the milk, I asked them, then where did this milk come from? Good point. At this, the pirates were completely speechless. Now, I said, if you could let me off somewhere near to my destination, I would be much obliged to you. And where would that happen to be? Asked the Queen of the Pirates. The corner of Marshall Road and Fletcher Lane, I said. My children are waiting there for their breakfast. You're on a pirate ship now, my fine bucko, said the Pirate Queen, and you don't get dropped off anywhere. There are only two choices. You can join my pirate crew, or refuse to join, and we will slit your cowardly throat, and you will go to the bottom of the sea, where you will feed the fishes. What about walking the plank? I asked. Never heard of it, said the pirate. Walking the plank? I said. That's what proper pirates do. Look, I'll show you. Do you have a plank anywhere? It took some looking, but we found a plank and I showed the pirates where to put it. We discussed nailing it down, but the Pirate Queen decided it was safer just to get the two fattest pirates to sit on the end of it. Why exactly do you want to walk the plank? Asked the Pirate Queen. I edged out to the plank. The blue Caribbean water splashed gently beneath me. That's where we're going to stop it. It's just like EastEnders or Neighbours or Hollyoaks. Must be Hollyoaks, eh? What's going to happen? Next predictions. I look forward to hearing them. You could even put in the classroom your enthusiasms. So what you liked about the story, what you disliked about the story. Any questions you've got about it? Things you didn't get. Why is he going on about the milk? How did he get from the spaceship to the boat? That's a bit strange. And any connections? Have you ever been to the Caribbean? Have you ever walked the plank? Post them. Let me know. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.